It's really bright, I know.
Yeah. Hi. So this lawyer leans across the table and he says, does Sublime Guy 14 sound like the kind of username that your brother might have used when he was illegally pirating music between the years 2000 and 2004? I said, I don't know. He said, does Nirvana sound like a band your brother might have downloaded legally? I don't know. How about Deftones? 9 Inch Nails? I really don't know. Did you and your brother ever discuss his music preferences between the years that I previously stated? Yeah, the years you're talking about, I was a middle school girl, and my brother was in high school. And our interactions were kind of limited to, like when I'd fall asleep in the front foyer of the house, he and his friends would like crinkle tortilla chips in my ear, and then like scoop salsa in till I woke up. Or they'd like disconnect the phone while I was talking on it. And then like since my family's Jewish and we have no use for matzah after Passover, they'd like chase me to my room and I'd shut the door real fast and they shove matzah underneath the door. I had to like barricade it with stuffed animals. So no, we weren't really talking about his music preferences. What's funny is that exact quote, more or less, like got put into a court transcript that was read in the district court in Boston, and my brother said that he really had to struggle not to laugh. The last question they asked, which really got me into trouble, because I was like, yeah, if I lie in a deposition, like, they're gonna know. Like, I'm gonna get chased down, I'm gonna get arrested. Like, I already tried to escape the subpoena, it didn't work very well. So, they said, did your brother ever make CDs for you? And I was like, yeah, he did. They're like, how many would you say? I was like, a couple dozen. They're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to bring those in to us, and you better not drop or damage any of them. My brother's kind of an asshole because he put my whole family through months and months and months where we were chased around the country by lawyers to give depositions about his music piracy. My brother is kind of the black sheep of the family, and I used to think I was a black sheep of the family because I was the only one with any social etiquette. But my brother, he's a physicist, and the very first time that I was like on a plane where you could like pick TV shows to watch, I saw this show called The Big Bang Theory, and I was like, wow, this is just like my brother. And I called him up when I landed. I was like, Joel, I saw this TV show. He goes, I know. I said, you know, you have to see it. It's called, he goes, I know. And I said, well, are you going to watch it? He said, kind of hits too close to home. It's sort of about my life. So, yeah, my brother, he doesn't really have people skills, and he's kind of like good with books, bad with people. And when he helped me, and I use the word help very generously, move to St. Louis, my very arthritic father and I were like trying to move heavy furniture, and we'd be like, hey Joel, can you help us out? He'd be like, hang on, I'm reading this book, it's called Emotional Intelligence, and I'm on the chapter about empathy. Hang on. So, most of what my brother thinks you can learn, it comes from a book, and if it's not from a book, it's not really worth learning for him. And so things like actual empathy that you learn from interacting with people, they never really came naturally to him. So, starting from the beginning, about 7 years ago, my brother receives this letter saying he's being asked for a settlement of $5,200 from the Recording Industry Association of America. And he wasn't unique in this. 15,000 other people around his age were asked for similar settlements. But because my brother is my brother and he thinks he's always right, he calls up the number and he says, like, who is this? Why should I give you $5,200? And they're like, sir, we're just an answering service. You know, just, you know, give us your credit card information. He's like, I'd like to talk to a lawyer. And they said, you know, we aren't lawyers. He sends them a money order for $500 and they send it straight back to him. He assumes they're going to just kind of drop it, which is very much like my brother. And 2 years later, he's getting his PhD in physics, and this stack of papers about this high shows up on his front door saying he's being sued for not paying this settlement. And he's the only one. And he calls him up and he says, okay, I'll give you the $5,200. They say, no, now we want $2,000. Oh, 10,000. Sorry, 10,000. He said, I don't have $10,000. And they're like, we'll see you in court. And basically, this story got way out of hand, and my brother, he kind of became like the poster child for the digital generation. He was all over CNN, NBC, he was like on NPR. People would like stop my mom in the grocery store and say like, hey, we saw you on TV, they're trying to take your home computer. And she was just, you know, she'd just be like, yes, it's my son. And my whole family got chased around the country to give depositions. Anybody who ever used our computer within this like 5-year time span was like chased around the country. And these lawyers spent more money than they're ever going to see out of my brother. And what's funny is, I think anybody besides my brother wouldn't have been able to do this quite so skillfully as he did. He managed to go on national TV with like basically loaded guns pointed at him and somehow be articulate and not come off sounding like a total dumbass. And like he really he made his point well. He had thousands of people supporting him, asking how they can support his cause. And I said before, my brother, he's not really much of a people person. And last year, my ex-boyfriend was very innocently asking him, so what are you going to do with your degree? Do you think you're going to teach? And my brother, because very disdainfully and very condescendingly says, oh yeah, that's why I went and got my PhD for 6 years, so I can teach, yeah. But it's interesting because my brother, he's going to turn his dissertation in a couple months, and he's actually looking for a teaching job. So, you know, my brother's headed for teaching, and his case is headed for the Supreme Court, more or less likely because the judgment that got handed down, which is $675,000, he does not have. And, you know, the funny thing is, I think he's going to do pretty well at both of those. So, thanks.